Hello everybody, Levi Clay here, back again to do another quick little lesson for you. This time talking about the whole tone scale. So this is really a primer for the whole tone scale and how you can use the whole tone scale when playing, again, as usual, on a blues type context. So what is the whole tone scale? And actually, why am I doing this? Well, my friend Mark Butt asked me to make a video on this subject because he said there's lots of videos of people talking about the whole tone scale on YouTube, and the ones he's found sound like shit. And I thought, well, I've not even looked at them, but I figured I can give it a go. And although whole tone isn't a scale that I use a whole lot, we'll talk about why in a second, it's not too difficult to use it in your phrasing when you understand what the scale is, what effect it has, and where you might use that effect. So if we look at the whole tone scale, as the name would suggest, is a scale consisting of consecutive whole tones. So if we take the note G and move up a tone to A, and then to B, and to C sharp, and to D sharp, and to F, and back to G, you've got a whole tone scale. It's got a very unnatural sound to it because it doesn't occur in diatonic major scale harmony. Lots of ways you can finger it, and that's really the problem with the scale. People don't work out good ways of fingering the scale. They learn a pattern and then they stick with that. Let me show you a couple of those patterns though. So you might see people play the scale like this. What I'm doing there is I'm taking whole tone, tone and a tone, then moving over a string and up a fret. You just turn there. So you've got 3, 5, 7, and then 4, 6, 8, 5, 7, 9, 6, 8, 10. Then because of the tuning of the B string, we need to move up a tone on that next string. So 8, 10, 12, and then 9, 11, 13. Now I don't like that as a fingering for the whole tone scale, and I find that's one of the reasons people struggle to use this scale. They don't have an understanding of how to play the scale as a musical idea. They know it as an ascending or descending scale. Still worth understanding the scale in that form though. So another way you might see people play this scale is like this. So that's 3, 5, 7 on the E, 4, 6 on the A, 3, 5, 7 on the D, 4, 6 and 4, 6 on the G and B, 3, 5, 7 on high E. Whoops. So that's that scale pattern. That would be if we're starting the scale on this 3 notes per string way of playing things. The important thing with the whole tone scale, and much like other lessons that I've done, is you should be comfortable to play this basic scale sound starting on any finger. So if I start on the second finger, I'm likely to play if I start on the third finger, I'm likely to play, well, there it's not that easy. And then I'd kind of maybe do the same thing. If I start on the fourth finger, well, we're not really in a good key for that, but I'll move up here. So no matter where I start, I've got this understanding of this, what the scale is constructed of, consecutive tones. That's a lot of waffle. How does this tie into how we can use the scale? And here's the problem, the important thing with the whole tone scale is you have to understand the harmony. When I play this, there's harmony implied there. The root, the second, the third, the flat 5, the sharp 5, the flat 7, and we're back to the root. So what that gives us, root, second, third, sharp 4 or flat 5, sharp 5, flat 7. We've got the root, the third and the flat 7 in there. So it works over a dominant 7 chord, but the additional information tells us that dominant 7 chord would have a natural 9 and it would also have a sharp 5. So we could play a G7 sharp 5 and the whole tone scale isn't going to clash with that. We can put a G7 sharp 5 and put the natural 9 on top, A, and that's also going to work. Dark sounding chord, but still a useful one. There are places we can use that. So using the whole tone scale is all about that. It's about knowing where you might play a chord that the whole tone scale is constructed from. So where would we play a 7 alt chord on a blues? And the answer is very simple. If we're playing a blues in G, there. Just the first part of a blues. So blues in G again, bar 1, G. Then in the fourth bar, you might play. There's my old chord. So yeah, that altered chord comes in the fourth bar of the blues. So I can play whole tone there. But, and here's the tough part, and here's also why I don't play so much whole tone. Whole tone has a sound to it, and to me it sounds very robotic. My friend Doug Cartwright describes whole tone, he plays a lot of whole tone, as it sounding like a computer exploding. And I like the description. To me, I find it a little bit harder to use in my phrasing because it's so, unnatural sounding. It's unnerving, the sheer symmetry of the scale. I prefer to play more diminished ideas. Because they don't sound as out to my ears. Whole tone's a very weird sounding scale, but I can give you some tips on how to use it. So the way I like to treat the scale is not as a linear thing. I don't like to play. You'll never see me do that. I'm more likely to play and because of that, the scale sounds a little bit more well phrased, shall we put it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put on a loop. I'm just going to play over that loop. It's just the first 8 bars of the blues. In fact, let's listen to it. So it's the G. So mixolydian. Now there I'd be playing whole tone. Now I'm on C. And back to my G. So mixolydian. Now here I'd play whole tone. And resolve. Back to my G. So I'll phrase. Here I can play whole tone. Same principle. And then here's my third. Let's try a different phrase. I play something like this. Different phrase. I'll play same ideas. Try and play something a bit faster. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's not the easiest thing in the world to play whole tone, don't get me wrong. There's some good phrases in there, some bad phrases in there. It's about resolution. And I talked about this in my diminished video, which I uploaded just recently. You have to be confident in your resolutions. So when I'm playing, that sounds tense. You couldn't play that all day. You have to resolve it. So here's a resolution. So what did I do there? Well, I played, it's my whole tone. And when I was playing this fragment, I could hear this resolution resolving to a C triad. And that's the secret to doing this. So no matter where I play, now I'm here, I can hear the resolution and resolution to G. Whole tone. Oh, whoops. Resolution to C. So that's really the secret and the key to doing this. When I improvise on it like that, you should be able to always hear that chord change. I'll play one more time, maybe transcribe some of these ideas, because transcription is the way that you will help develop these concepts into your own playing. And yeah, so let me just play. Enough talking, more playing. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Noodling for the sake of noodling, but you get the idea. It's something that you have to experiment with. Hello, dog. Play lots of different things, and the more and more you play with it, the more fluent you'll get at those resolutions. And it's all about those damn resolutions. If you can't resolve the scale, it isn't worth shit. So hopefully you get the practice method there too. You practice, you play, you improvise, you see what happens, you expand upon ideas, you try different resolutions. And the beauty of that is that it doesn't matter if you make mistakes. I made plenty of mistakes in there, and I'm not going to edit them out. I want you to know that when I'm practicing, I make mistakes. When I play, I make mistakes. That's cool. That's a sign that I'm trying things. That's a sign that I'm exploring. It's a sign that I'm losing track of what I'm doing. But the more and more you allow yourself to make those mistakes, the better and better you get, the better your improvising gets, the better your phrasing gets. So, if you have enjoyed that lesson, please do consider checking me out on Patreon. You can do so by clicking that button up there. You can subscribe by clicking this little button down here, and there's 2 more of my videos here and here. Again, checking them out is very much appreciated. If you want to get lots of cool content from me, there's lots of ways you can do that. So, peace out, guys. It's been my pleasure to serve, and I'll be back for another video soon. Bye.